Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's episode, we'll be taking a look at Sumology, released by David Jonathan and Nikolas Mavresis. So hey guys, once again welcome back to the channel, and as always, before anything else, a quick shout out to all my subscribers out there. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel, for supporting the channel as well. You know, just knowing that you guys are out there just waiting to watch the next video really keeps me motivated to continue doing these videos for you guys on YouTube. And of course, also, if you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, alright, but if you have been enjoying the content that I put out, please subscribe to the channel, alright, drop me a sub, like this video as well. All those things really help me out a lot. And also hit the bell notification button, alright, so that you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video on YouTube. Subscribing to the channel will just take you just a second or so, you know, but it really goes a long way in helping me to continue to grow this channel right here. Okay, so I just released the previous video just like a couple of days ago, right? That was for Iris, released by Louis Laval in 1914. And if you have been following this channel for any amount of time, you will know that releasing like 2 videos in like a span of a week is something of a rare occurrence for me. Because, you know, as you know, I've mentioned this many times, you know, I'm not a professional magic reviewer, alright? I'm a performer. And that brings me back to actually why I'm doing this video like today instead of next week. So it is the end of the year, alright? So I guess it is the season for events to take place, alright? Not live events, alright? Because here in Singapore, we're not yet allowed to do, you know, live events and live performances. But I have been fortunate enough to be booked for a whole string of virtual shows, some magic, some mentalism. So I've got work that lined up ahead of me, alright? So I'm really thankful for that because it has really been really tough. In fact, you know, like many of you performers out there, you know, I've not stepped foot onto a stage for like almost 2 years. So having these virtual performances like come up, right, it really helps me through this really difficult time. So seeing as how I will be kind of busy, kind of tied up with shows and stuff, I thought, you know, now tonight I have some time, so I'd better just shoot one episode for you guys. Otherwise, it might be another week or so before you'll hear of me again. And I do have other products that are in the pipeline, in the works for the show, right? I've got something by Luke Jonas that arrived recently. Paul Canazzo has also informed me that he's sending me some stuff. So I'm really excited about, you know, those items. I'm really looking forward to doing those episodes for you guys. But anyway, let's get down to today's review proper. So today we're looking at Sumology, put out by David Jonathan as well as Nikolas Mavresis. I've not met Nikolas before, alright? I've not spoken to him, I've never corresponded with him. But David, I have, alright? I've gotten to know him through this whole pandemic period. And in fact, the very first time I got to know of David was through a product that he previously released with Dan Harlan called Snaps, which I'm sure, you know, some of you, or in fact most of you, would have in your repertoire already, alright? Because I think Snaps is a fantastic tool, extremely flexible as well. I also am currently using Snaps for one of the routines that I perform in my virtual show, alright? In fact, I've shared that routine on the Snaps Facebook group, okay? So if you have not seen the routine before and if you'd like to check it out, do head on over to the Snaps Facebook group, do a search for my name, I suppose, and the routine should come up. And then I was lucky enough to participate in a performance by David Jonathan that he gave for the Stroop test, alright? In effect that he recently released as well. Due to the time difference, I had to get up slightly earlier than usual, but it was worth it because the final review at the end was really, really nice. It was a nice moment for me, so that moment made it all worthwhile getting up for. And then recently he asked if I would be interested to have a look at Sumology, right? And me being an avid student of magic, I immediately said yes. So what is Sumology, alright? Well, let me sum it up for you. So Sumology is a collection of 3 card-based effects. They are all based on one core principle, alright? And this principle is an old principle. I think, according to David, it was first published in like 1917 or something like that. But this is the updated version that they have put together. It is their take on that old principle. So all 3 card effects on the project, they are kind of like prediction effects, but while they are prediction effects, they all use cards in some form and they're all based on the same core principle. In performance, they all look and feel quite different. Not that you would use all 3 of them in the same set, but it is nice to know that the same principle can be used to create 3 very different types of effects. So what do you get when you purchase Sumology? Alright, so first of all, you will get a couple of PDFs that will contain artwork as well as some templates, editable templates, alright, so you can kind of customize some bits here and there to your liking, and then from there you can just print them out to use with the routines. And of course, along with the PDFs, you will also get access to the video tutorial videos that will take you through video tutorial videos. And of course, along with the PDFs, you'll also get access to a video tutorial, alright? It runs for about an hour and a half, but there is also a chapter page as well so that you can easily navigate yourself through the video. And the video starts off with David as well as Nikolas giving a short introduction. They will discuss crediting as well, alright, as to where this idea came about. And from there, they just get straight into the performance of the first routine. The first routine is a routine called Awesome. This is kind of like an open prediction kind of effect. After each effect, of course, they will take you through the workings behind it and how to perform the routine. The next routine is performed by David himself. It's a routine called Strange Dice. Alright, now this one deals with like blank cards, each of them depicting an image of a die. Now this one is more like a matchup effect, but it also has a kicker ending at the end where you are able to predict the total of the cards that are on the table. Now the third routine, which is probably my favorite routine of the three, is a routine called Feeling Lucky. This one is performed by Nikolas. On this one, there is a sheet of paper, showing a list of prizes that a spectator can win. So this routine feels more like you're playing a game of some kind. Spectator randomly chooses some cards, the total is added up, and at the end, they are given the prize that corresponds to the total of the 3 cards that they have randomly chosen. Needless to say, there is a cute surprise at the end. You can watch full performances of all the routines on David's website. I will leave the link in the description box down below. I will tell you this, alright, the routines are very fooling, alright, when I watched the performances for all the routines, while I had no idea how they were done, that also meant that I knew how they were done. Okay, let me explain. Usually, in my experience, when I'm fooled by this kind of routine, I don't see any sleight of hand. It has to be a stack of some kind. And in this case, it is, alright, but I've got no idea how David and Nikolas work this whole thing out. So in summary, Sumology will teach you, alright, 3 really strong hands-off card tricks. Now I'll tell you this, had I learned these concepts back when I first started Magic in the 90s, I would have probably completely dismissed it, because back then I was literally a Gary Kurtz clone, okay? So anything without sleight of hand did not interest me at all. But as the years went on, I found myself veering more and more towards this kind of self-working kind of magic. And as I mentioned earlier, Sumology is based on a stack, a special arrangement of cards basically that David and Nikolas have come up with. And so because it is a stack, the workings are inside the cards, so to speak, in some way. There is nothing for spectators to catch, which means using this sort of a method, I think gives me a kind of like a peace of mind that I won't like mess anything up. And I've mentioned this before in other videos, right? When giving a performance, if I'm using a method that involves a difficult move, or some difficult calculation of some kind that I anticipate will be coming up a little bit later, I'm always kind of stressed up leading up to that point. So using methods that almost take care of themselves, I think is a great way for me to just relax and focus on just entertaining and performing the magic to the audience. Now, while I said that this is a stack, alright, the method is not complete without another part. So there are actually 2 methods in play for Sumology, for the routines that I use in Sumology, because, well, there is a stack, okay, but there is something else that will be used as well, which will make the how do I explain this? So in conjunction with the stack, there is another concept that is used together with it, okay, which means it makes the whole thing quite impenetrable. Okay, so if people were just to watch the routines like once, there is no way that it can be reconstructed, and it really looks impossible. And if you think you know what I'm talking about, it is not inconsistent. The procedures are not inconsistent. There is always like the same goal, the same outcome, so the effect is always the same. It's just that you kind of start off on one path and then you might kind of reach like a junction, okay, but they will all lead you to the same outcome. Okay, I think that's fair to say. Which also brings me to the next point, okay, which I know some people will be concerned about. Can you repeat the effect for the same audience? And in my opinion, I don't think so. Not in the same sitting anyway, alright? Again, I'm not sure why you want to repeat the same effect for the same audience, okay, because I hardly do that, but some people may be concerned about that. You probably won't want to repeat the effect for the same audience, alright, because they may see some inconsistencies here and there. You know, it may fly by them, but no, I don't think it's a good idea to repeat the effect. The next point I want to talk about is reset. As I mentioned, you know, the routines in Sumology use a stack of some kind. Out of the 3 routines, awesome, strange dice, and feeling lucky, I think that feeling lucky, the 3rd routine, does kind of reset itself, or you can easily kind of reset it at the end of the routine. Okay? But for the other 2 previous routines, awesome as well as strange dice, I think you will need to just reset the whole deck. So it's not going to be like an effect that you'll be doing like, you know, repeatedly, table hopping or walk around gig. It's best, you know, saved for those special one-off performances, I think. But all in, you know, I learned some really cool concepts, you know, in card magic, which I didn't know about before. Maybe I'm just not well educated enough, okay, but I learned some interesting concepts. The effects in Sumology are strong, you know, they are really fooling as well, and for most part they are done, you know, hands-off, alright, and we all know that, you know, hands-off material will always play strongly for a lay audience. The methods are very well thought out, they almost take care of themselves, and again, that leaves you to fully concentrate on just performing the effects to your audience. So if you do enjoy very clever card magic, you know, dealing with stacks of some kind, and you want to learn some more material based on this particular stack, then I can highly recommend you check out Sumology by David and Nikolas. Again, I want to thank David for letting me have this review copy so that I can chat with you guys about it on this show. If you wish to pick up Sumology for yourself, you can do so at David's website. I will leave the link in the description box down below. So again, as always guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys have gotten value out of it. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, it might be a while before I can do another video for you guys, but I promise you, if I have the time, I will try to sneak one in for you guys. So till next time, hopefully soon, alright? Take care of yourselves, have fun with your magic, and I'll see you again on a future episode of Nique Chats.